the lean, the family. Credit cards and the scam.
Je peux révéler et arriver à Miko Iba, mais je peux poser quelques questions à ce sujet.
Remember how you told me about a student teacher went missing?
Oh,
This is him, right? Hiro Mikoshiba.
how do you have that photo? But yes, that's him.
I'd like to ask a bit about him in relation to a separate investigation.
What is it you need to know? Did something happen to him?
I'm afraid I can't give you any details. This request comes from a very close colleague. I'm sure you understand. It's a matter of detective-client privilege. I know that isn't much consolation. But if it's any comfort, I would never disclose anything about your case either.
But don't you see? Mikoshiba-kun was officially reported missing. Please, can you tell me something?
I promise. I'll tell you everything I can when I can. But for now, let me ask the questions.
Very well. Go ahead.
I'll start with the basics. Mikoshiba-kun was a graduate here, correct? And that's why he came back to train as a teacher?
That's correct.
How long was he supposed to be here?
3 weeks, originally. He'd nearly finished his time with us. But one day he simply stopped coming. It was as if all was well, then suddenly he was gone. Or at least that's how I'd heard it.
Were you two not that close?
No. We had barely exchanged a word since he arrived.
Plutôt normal, mais un proviseur, ce n'est pas lui. Le responsable. La formation des enseignants.
Wasn't there a pretty dark rumor about Mikoshiba-kun 4 years back? Something about how he drove a student to suicide?
You mean what was dredged up online? Yes. However, in the subsequent lawsuit, that rumor was put to rest. The court found no evidence of bullying.
But you had your...
Well, yes. But let's not get confused. The tragedy from 4 years ago does weigh on us. But
You say that, yet I can't help circling back to the same question. Why would the head of a school hire detectives to monitor his students in secret? Potentially even out of pocket.
Well, for one thing, it would reflect poorly on our institution were I to openly suspect our students. Then there's the issue of bullying being recorded and shared online. You know what kind of firestorm that I should mention. I'm the one who takes the fall for it. My own privacy be damned.
That's fair. But what that still doesn't answer is why this is...
I'm not sure I follow.
Est-ce qu'il souhaite vraiment pousser le proviseur à prendre les mesures de harcèlement scolaire? Quel rapport? Dévoiler les preuves.
Could this be what riled you up?
But this is...
This is footage of Akihiro Ihara 2 months ago, captured up in Tokyo. The man was an active duty police officer, so of course it made the rounds in the media. But you already knew all that. After all, he's the one who sued your school on account of what his son endured here. Bullying that led to suicide.
Well, that's... undeniable.
And now that he's in the spotlight, any more problems at Serio would lead people to start connecting the dots. The police would dig up that suicide in no time, regardless of whatever the court had ruled. They might even reach the conclusion you had covered the whole thing. I get the feeling that's why we're really here, to prevent another mess on your hands.
Oh, I see now. Our job's to sniff out any bullying, then you sweep it under the rug.
That's simply not true. At least, that wasn't my intention.
You sure about that? The thought never even crossed your mind?
Perhaps it did. The scenario you described was painfully accurate. Every time I saw Ihara-san on TV, I'd grow sick with worry.
I can assure you, Chairman, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I only want to learn about Mikoshiba-kun.
In that case, you should speak with Sawa-sensei. She was his teacher.
Her? Great. That's my luck.
See? I told you we should have stayed on her good side.
How was I supposed to know?
So, Would you like me to call
No
her back
thanks.
here?
I should go see her myself. Do a bit of smoothing over.
In that case, you may want to go downstairs and see if she's in the faculty room. She should still be on lunch.
Perfect.
Sorry, Kaito-san, but I'm fielding this one alone. Tsukumo, you guys can clear out too.
What? You're benching all of us? Just like that?
I don't understand the meaning of this, Yagamishi.
If I had time to explain, I would. Just trust me on this for now.
Okuda a dit que la salle du professeur est juste en dessous de son bureau. Donc faut aller chercher. Alors j'espère qu'il a pas menti. C'est par là, je pense. On monte à l'étage. Je pense que ça doit être au deuxième étage ou au troisième étage, je sais pas, on va aller voir. C'est ici. C'est par là.
I'm sorry. Did you need something, sir?
Oh, is Sawa-sensei here?
She should be back shortly. May I ask who's waiting for her?
Well, no one's special, really. I just need to have a quick word with her is all. Maybe you could tell me where her desk is?
It's right over there. The one with all the English books.
Thank you.
Alors c'est le bureau de Madame Sawa. C'était la responsable de la formation de Mikoshiba. Je trouverai peut-être les infos là-dedans.
Hey, suspicious.
Il y a beaucoup de livres d'anglais. J'imagine que c'est une enseignée.
Hey,
Examiner l'ordinateur.
what the? Suspicious. What the? Suspicious.
Cet ordinateur portable ne peut pas se permettre à toucher quelqu'un d'autre.
Hey,
Ce carnet est à la présence de la classe 2. Ah oui, le professeur principal.
suspicious.
Une photo de la classe 2. Mais ce n'est pas l'uniforme du lycée. J'attends, ça ne serait pas elle, là. Alors, les années du lycée rend plus accessible aux yeux des élèves. Tu as une autre photo derrière. Un élève de lycée. J'aimerais vérifier si on pourrait me surprendre. Enquête terminée.
you doing here? I thought you'd have gone by now.
Yes, well, I need to ask you a couple things.
Such as?
Such as how close you were to Hiro Mikoshiba.
What?
I heard from Chairman Okuda you were mentoring him as a teacher. I believe this was 2 months ago?
Why do you of all people want to know?
Did you notice anything unusual before he disappeared? Any sign of trouble he might have had? Is that really all you can tell me? Nothing jogging the memory?
I said that's all.
Elle a interrogé l'aveugle et pas efficace qui devrait à un étranger tragique.
You know what, let's start over. Why don't we talk about him as a student? You were already a teacher here by then, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Back when a student here committed suicide, there were rumors online about how it could have been caused by bullying. And Mikoshiba-kun's name came up as one of the potential bullies.
Yes, but those were just rumors.
So he wasn't involved in any teasing?
I teach English, and that's what I was focused on. And during his time in training, I was under the impression he got along with the students just...
He's not the type to bully then?
I would say no.
Then why would those rumors exist in the first place?
You're asking the wrong person.
Étrange. Elle correspond du tout à la réaction face au harcèlement de Koda.
4 years ago, the court determined this school was not responsible for a bullying-related suicide.
You mean Ahara-san's lawsuit? The father of the student who died and an officer in Tokyo? He was arrested the other day. Well, I'm sure you've seen the news.
Yes, but what of it? What?
I believe Ahara-san still thinks his son killed himself because of Mikoshiba-kun.
Let me ask you something, Yagami-san.
By all means.
What are you trying to accomplish? Didn't you finish this whole business with the chairman? If that wasn't enough, you got security called on you. You clearly have zero regard for anyone here. You should have had the sense to leave long before now.
Believe me, once I learn what I need about Mikoshiba-kun, I'm gone.
In that case, you've already got everything you need from me.
One last question. You and the chairman both mentioned how Mikoshiba-kun got anyone in particular that he was close to?
The kids in the basketball club? Mikoshiba-kun was in that club back when he was a student. Apparently he was showing up to their practices.
The basketball club? That includes the gang from before, right?
Yes. They all spent quite a bit of time with him.
Encore une décidément, elle revient souvent, cette affaire.
Alright, with that I'll get out of your hair. Appreciate your time, man. Sawa-sensei.
Just a minute!
Kaito-san, you there? Tell me you're still on campus.
Why? You suddenly decide you need me after all?
Man, don't be like that.
You enjoy playing teacher's pet with Sawa-sensei?
You mean, did I enjoy getting eviscerated by her? She hates my guts at this point. That aside, I did get some interesting intel. And that's where you...
What for?
I want to find those bullies in the basketball club. Think you can fly the pigeon for me?
So I do have a purpose. Ain't that something? All right.
Thanks. I'll start scoping out the gymnasium.
Ok, on va enquêter le gymnase. Oh, faut descendre là. Pour aller au gymnase. Ah, il se trouve où le gymnase? Est-ce que c'est par là? Oh, cette fille est là-bas. Ouais, c'est Koda. Elle était dans l'équipe de basket, mais elle a peut-être quelque chose.
Close one. Almost got it.
Huh?
You're Koda-san from Class 2 too, right? Basketball too?
Yeah?
You have a second? I have some questions about a student teacher who taught classes here named Mikoshiba. Ow! Really?
Yo, you read me talk? That posse of little shitheads just went strutting into the gym with some bats.
Kaito-san, can you at least try to warn me a little sooner next time?
Why? You worried?
Hey! Why are you still here, asshole? Who the hell are you anyway?
Talking pretty big for taking a cheap shot while my back was turned.
You had it coming, shady old fuck.
Koda! Hey, you been spilling anything to this guy? I didn't say anything.
I'll fill you in. I was asking her about Mikoshiba, a student teacher who disappeared from school not too long ago. You guys know him, right? The basketball club would.
Don't bother trying to talk to us like we're your fucking friends, asshole.
I wanna bash your fucking skull in. You'll die before I tell you shit.
You wiped the floor with us yesterday. Only fair for you to take a handicap.
I don't mind at all. Sure. All good. But it's still gonna be pretty one-sided.
You're so full of shit. I'm gonna kick your ass!
Alors, le style de serpent contrôle la rapidité. Il est particulièrement des ennemis armés. Appuyez sur L1 cependant l'attaque et rond pour prendre l'ennemi. Tout en tenant appuyé sur la touche pour l'ennemi. Pour le neutraliser. Alors les gars, on y va. Je pense que vous êtes venus pour rien. Ah, je vois que t'es venu avec ta baballe, ta belle de baseball. Alors, tu veux faire quoi avec ça? Tu veux t'amuser? Ou tu veux me taper? Alors cours, cours Forrest. C'est loupé. C'est bien, tu donnes des coups. Ah, moi aussi je me battre avec une batte. Regarde, regarde. Regarde. Ouf. Oh, que ça fait mal. Ça t'a calmé ça, hein?